Hello, everyone. Let's go ahead and get this started right quick. Hello.
Hello there.
Are you alive as well?
Oh, I am live.
Oh, heck yeah.
Bulb is flashing.
Oh,
Becky,
my
how
goodness.
have you been?
I have been great. How have you been?
Good. It has been a busy and productive week work-wise. I'm ready for the weekend. And I'm already not ready for it to be Monday because I know as soon as I blink, Monday's gonna be here.
Oh, that is such a mood, though. I swear, like, the older I get, the more time just escapes me.
Only on the weekends, though, not when you're working.
Yeah, not when you're working, but like when you have downtime and like just time to yourself, it's cruel because you really enjoy those moments and then you blink and they're gone.
Exactly. And then it's like, and like if you're in a time where like you're enjoying stuff and everything, like you don't realize it's gonna become the good old days eventually until like after it's past you. And then you're like,
That is so true, though.
what happened?
No.
It's still a positive memory, but you're like, oh, back in the day, we used
Back
to have
in
so
my
few
day.
I know. Hey, I feel I'm old enough to be able to say back in my day.
Grandpappy Shem.
You listen here, Shani.
Yes, children. Get the kids off your lawn.
I was just gonna say before I kick him off my lawn, I gotta have him listen to a story.
Oh my God, no! When did we get old? I don't like this.
Oh, dude, no, but getting old. Okay. My firm belief is that we all grow old, but growing up is a choice.
Oh, that's so true though, cause like my mom. She's still not grown up. Like, let's be real. She's still not. Like, she's older.
That's for my mom, too.
Yeah, I won't say her age because she watches the show and she'll find me. But
oh, I know. My mom's in my chat too, so I'm keeping quiet. Jim, want me to drop a multi? Yeah, South, if you could, that'd be great.
Oh, thank you, South Apple. You're a good bean.
Thanks, Apple. Scrubs, how you doing? Monday is like Fight Club. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Hey, Scrubs, South Apple. Hello. Do you have hello in your community? His name is Hello, so every time I say hi to him.
I know. Yeah, he just followed me, and I'm like, why hello there? Why hello there?
Oh my God.
I saw the name. I'm like, someone who appreciates a little bit of humor. I love it.
Oh man, Ruth. I don't know why we all stream at the same time. I don't know. It's a Friday night. It's a busy hour.
We make you pick and choose your favorites so that way we know who your favorites are.
That's like what we talked about with the robot roller derby dodgeball disco. I don't know those words in some combination. That game.
You mean robot roller derby disco dodgeball?
Yes, that's it. Because we were talking about how we were gonna do like teams, and that way we could really find out who's on whose side.
Yes. So for anyone who doesn't know yet, so quick, you ready for story time before I kick you off my lawn?
Yes, children, listen.
So I came across this game called Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball on Steam. It was on sale for $1. Whenever it goes on sale, it's for $1. It's amazing. And I looked at it, I'm like, this game just looks like cheap fun. It is so great. And so Acorns and I jumped in there, and then all of a sudden, this random name called Teeth Whitener, of all things, joined our game. I'm like, who the heck has a name like Teeth Whitener? They better be a dentist. Little known fact, not a dentist.
Nope.
But we connect on there, and I don't even know how we figured out either of us were on Twitch or something like that, but then we started following each other stream and stuff. We've now become really good friends.
Yeah.
And where did that... Oh, that's where I learned that Psyche is a counselor and a therapist, and like, hey, I'm a big advocate of mental health. I'm a life coach, and I try and help people whenever possible, and so that's what sparked this idea of having a mental health podcast. And
now it's been like almost a year we've done these. Actually, over a year. I think
it has to have been at least a year by now.
It's been a year by now, because I remember last July we had one of these.
Yep. Yep. So not only have our community, there's a lot of overlap between our communities, which I love seeing. But we have the podcast going on too. So back to the original story here of Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. We were playing it my last stream a couple of nights ago, and I had this wonderful idea of we need to have a team Psyche versus team Shem battle, essentially, and we're not gonna choose teams, we're gonna make people pick sides.
Yeah, we're gonna see where y'all's loyalties lie.
and see who supports who the most.
Oh,
and
my
then
God.
after that, see whose team is better at throwing balls at robots.
Oh God, if I hear any freaking Goo Crew jokes, I swear to Christmas, I'm gonna lose it.
Then yes, the ambassador of the Goo Crew has arrived.
No! No!
Right now I got no choice. I need the darn stream points so I'm forced to stay. Yeah. Keep it going, forget the stream points. Oh yeah, so Psyche, I can't remember if I told you, I have a community stream point redemption to get me to play Fortnite faster.
No!
Where people can contribute up to 2,000 stream points if they're... Well, actually, I don't know, because I just saw Thunderland contributed 4,000. So I guess you can contribute up to 4,000 stream points per stream. And yeah, Fortnite is definitely in my near future. And
Oh my God, what have you done? They're gonna eat you alive, Shem.
I know, the kids are gonna eat me alive.
No. Great, now I have people in my chat saying, what's our community goal? Great, now I have to think of...
It should be to make Psyche play Fortnite with me.
Oh no, I'm actually playing Fortnite tomorrow.
Why would you do that?
Because I agreed to help.
Oh, 4,000 total.
It's for Gil's streamiversary thing. So it's going to be me, him, Witty Mitchie, and Autumn.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be playing Fortnite.
Oh my gosh. I might just install it just to hopefully get in a match with you guys and just mess with you. Stream snipe all four of you. I'm just going to pop shots. I'm not even going to kill you or anything. I'm just going to be really annoying.
Oh, so like usual. Okay.
Exactly.
Seriously, you mean Acorns need to be on a team and just suffer? We need.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, you're gonna be more than welcome to join us because it's because Acorn said he'll jump on me on this crazy train with me. So yeah, whenever Fortnite happens, we'll be cycling viewers in and out and all that stuff. So if you want to join in the craziness, it's going to be an entire stream. So like, oh God, like 4 to 5 hours of nothing but Fortnite and death. So much death.
I'm getting sass in my chat. We hardly can get her to change the redemption stuff. What makes you think she'd have a community goal? Listen here, you little tit. Don't friggin'. Don't you sass me when I'm about to drop knowledge on you. How dare.
Well, we haven't started the knowledge dropping yet. So we're getting it out of our system before we shift that focus into positivity and its impacts on personal growth.
Yeah, we gotta get the cursed out of us before we're positive. We gotta.
That's like he's in there calling her community a bunch of tits.
I mean, like normal though. I mean, the day I compliment them, something's wrong.
This is true. This is very true. I remember the first time you called me a tit, and I thought. I did not think that you were calling me the tufted titmouse bird. I thought it was something else.
You thought it was boobies.
I thought it was boobies. I mean, it made sense. It made sense. I thought it was just like a cheeky way of calling me a boob, and
no,
it was not.
It
wasn't meant in that context. It could still be in that context. It's just not what she intended that context to be. So.
It's not what I meant. No.
Yeah. The continuum goes like this: toot, tit, and tart. Oh, she's called me a tart a few times.
I have.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised there's not like a hidden fourth one that she's called me yet.
Oh,
I'm sure she is, but I haven't realized it.
Hey, cat. No, I'm not a tit cat, you little hoe, I swear to God. Gosh dang it.
Thunderlane, thank you for the biddies. Oh, that puts us right at 100%. Well then.
Oh, is someone playing Fortnite?
No. This is for our Steam giveaway.
Oh.
Our Steam game giveaway. We hit 100%. So as people know, every 100% we give away 3 games. One at the start, one in the middle of the stream, one at the end of the stream. So Might as well do it now before we get in.
Yeah, go ahead and do it now while we're getting the cursed out.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, that's right. Like we're shaking out all the jitters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna start the raffle. This is open to anyone. Just jump in the chat, type in !raffle.
Sometimes you get really good games too. I think I got BioShock one time.
Yep, there's a good mix of games in there. Perhaps you need a podcast on the merits of sarcasm and name calling.
Yes. Who said that?
My mom, actually.
Oh, I love your mom. Hi, Mama Shem. Hello. I love her.
Add that one. We're gonna add that to the list. So I'm gonna add that to our Discord DMs here. Let's see. Okay. Topic: the merits of sarcasm and name calling. Bam.
Yes, we're doing
Noted.
it.
I don't have Steam, so I'm not gonna enter. Hello. If you want, you can still enter. I supply people with a game code that people can redeem through Steam. So if you wanna win and gift it to someone else, or if you stream and you want to give it away on your stream, totally up to you.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, everyone likes to be in a raffle. I mean,
Raffle?
a raffle? It's half the fun. So, I have yet to see Acorns race Odie. So Acorns finally won his Garfield kart game through the raffle.
Aww, he's been trying for so long.
He has been trying for a long time, and he finally hit it.
Oh my gosh.
Craziness, absolute craziness.
I rated him earlier, and he was playing golf with friends.
Oh, that can be such
it
that can
was
be such
not
a toxic
going.
game.
It was not going very well. Carmen was destroying.
Was it with ball impact on?
I don't know.
Hit the other ball?
I don't know.
Because that I get a little carried away with that. I'm either trying to have a low score or I'm messing with everyone else.
So it's
That's
either you win or you take everyone else down with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like the ship's on fire and everyone is stuck with me.
That's concerning. I'm not going to analyze that as a therapist at all.
There's no middle ground, Psyche. It's either we're going for score or we're going for deaths.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, good job, Shem. Not gonna comment on that at all.
I think you like subtly are just by saying that.
No. As a professional,
merits of sarcasm, right there.
Merits of sarcasm.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
So do you have any big plans this weekend, Psyche?
Not really. Just kind of relaxing at home. My husband has the weekend off, so who knows? Maybe we can't really do a lot because pandemic. But watch a
quarantine
movie.
And all that stuff.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Potentially hazardous little molecules in the air trying to kill us and stuff.
Oh, well, he's a pharmacist, so we have to every time
not
he
a
gets
dentist.
home. Yes, not a dentist.
No sense. You need to go on record and say that.
You think I would marry someone who makes sense? Excuse me.
That is very true. That would be that. Yeah, there's so many things I could say off of that, but I'm being nice.
The merits of sarcasm and name calling.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
you need the exclamation point.
Austin, get your crap together.
You got a minute left.
You better
They're both
hurry.
disasters, says Apple.
Who said we're disasters? Who said that?
I say that knowing them in real life. Yes.
Who said that?
I'm not saying. I'm not gonna out them.
You better out them.
I'm no snitch. Hey, South Apple.
He's on my staff, so that makes sense.
Man.
That's valid.
The joys of having staff, which I will be asking for soon. Now that I'm starting to get all that stuff together.
Someone says, Psyche, I have a question. Does me being awake for 17 hours straight negatively impact me? Also, it was South Apple. Yes, it does. You little toot.
I mean, 17 hours is a pretty reasonable time to be awake straight, because if you figure a 24-hour day, that still gives you 7 hours of sleep.
I know, but like 8 is the ideal.
8 is ideal, but I'm also a
Like-
father of 2 young kids, so I can't remember the last time I had 8, much less 7 hours of sleep in one night.
Don't you call me a boomer, you little tit?
Wow. Wow.
Your chat is so nice. I'm getting roasted.
I mean, my chat is being what? No one in my chat called you a boomer. What are you talking about?
No, in mine they call me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Your chat is.
Hey,
man, your chat is
Alpers.
ruthless sometimes.
They're
My
so
goodness.
mean. They're such bullies.
So mean.
All I do is provide them knowledge and they sass me. I don't know.
I don't know how you've like banned all of them yet. Just have zero
There are
viewers
some
because
days.
you're like, I'm tired of the sass.
There's some days.
Okay, the raffle timer is up. Let's do this real quick. We'll give away this game and then we'll jump into the podcast.
Yeah.
It's okay, Shem. They'll hit their teenage years and start sleeping until noon. I can only hope that happens.
Oh my god.
Oh, I would live to see that. I hope to live the day to see that happen. I can English. I swear to God, I can form words to make sentences.
It's not like we
sentences.
talk for a living, Shem. No.
Yeah, right.
You can.
Osin's our winner.
You
The
speak
ambassador
good.
of the Goo Crew.
Oh, it would be Osin. What did he win?
Oh man! All right, Osin, you got to make yourself known in the chat once more. Save your game from the dreaded monster. Blow it up.
Oh no. The monster. Oh
He's-
god.
He's got 60 seconds to do so. There it is. Blow that sucker up. There we go. All right. Mr. Ambassador of the Goo Crew, could you please give me a number between 3 and 98?
You know it's gonna be 69. They always pick 69.
I know, but I
They
want to
always.
I know, but I still want to give them the chance to not pick 69.
The benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I know. It's like, every once in a while, someone. 69, of course. Yep, of course. All right, 69. Oh my god. All right,
How can
69
I
is-
be disappointed when I didn't even expect anything?
Yeah, right. Hey, if you have no expectations, you can't be disappointed. That is.
That's not true, because I had no expectations and I'm still
That's a mindset right
disappointed.
there. All right, 69 is it's a classic one. SimCity 4 Deluxe.
Ooh.
SimCity 4 Deluxe. So, Osin, I will whisper that code over to you momentarily once my browser wants to reload here. There it is. There we go. Okay. Sent over there. Bam. Congratulations, sir. Okay, we'll do another one probably after the podcast, and then again, the third one will be after, or not after, but before we raid. Not after we raid. That would make no sense. Okay, Psyche, are you ready?
Never.
Do it. Okay, good question. Good call. Good call. Okay, actually, I wasn't expecting that kind of answer, but still, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes,
Anyway.
I am ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Positivity.
I'm so ready.
And its impacts on personal growth. So part of what sparked this idea was that a good handful of the topics we'd covered before were more not so much on the positive side, but more like how to deal with certain feelings and issues and mental states and things like that. And so this one was trying to flip the script a little bit and focus more on like the silver lining of things. So, life is life. Life happens when you least expect it. I mean, who expected 2020 to start out this way, even go this way? Good Lord.
God, it's so funny. Just when you think, well, what else could happen? More and more things seem to keep happening in this year. And you're
Exactly.
right. In the past, we've covered things that aren't really that positive. They're more how to navigate. There's not a lot of optimism in it. But there is this thing called positive psychology, and there is a growth mindset model that Shem brought to me, and I was like, oh my God, this would be perfect. And I think it could really apply to these times. Because it's all about resiliency and powering through, and we got some good stuff today.
especially, well, I mean, and especially in times right now where everyone is so on edge for a multitude of reasons.
Oh yeah.
Not just because of the pandemic. There's also politics. There's movements happening. There's personal stuff going. There's work stuff going. And it's kind of funny. Everyone's like, "Yeah, new decade, new me. This is going to be a great start. I'm going to like turn things around in 2020." It's like,
And then
hold my beer.
it's like 2020 was like, you know what? It's gonna be a new year for me too.
Exactly. Like Murphy's Law. Like, you know what? This is going to be my year. So yeah. So again, so this is going to cover a lot on how to find the positives in life, even in negative situations. Have that positive mindset, look for the silver lining, and just and try to remain in a more positive state, because that really helps our mental state. That helps us grow, that helps us handle situations. And yeah, I think we've given a good broad scope of what we'll cover.
Yeah, you ready to do this?
So let's do this. Psyche, who are we?
I don't know anymore. Hello, everyone. My name is PsycheSiren. I have my bachelor's of science in psychology, my master's in clinical counseling, and I also have something called an educational specialist degree that is also in clinical mental health. I've done graduate work in academic advising, and career counseling. I've been in this field since like 2009, and I am the head of our PsychePath stream team over on my channel.
I'm a part of.
Yeah, Shem's part of our stream team. It's so wonderful because everyone in the community is very wholesome, but they're very cursed. They're like
wholesome.
They're blurst.
They air quotes around that. Wholesome.
They have a good heart, but they are cursed individuals. That's our brand.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cursed wholesome. What, wholesome cursedness or
blurst? That's what we are. We're blessed and cursed.
We're blessed.
Oh God. But yeah, on my channel they joke and they're like, she's a 3-degree lady. But I'm not good at video games at all. Don't expect skill.
Geography.
Don't you tell them. Don't. We don't talk about that geography quiz. I've worked on one aspect of my skill tree, Shem. I don't have anything else. It's just one. It's just psychology and sass. Okay. But yeah, we just do a lot of entertainment and variety. Hello.
Yep, and I am BigSchem. Some people also like to call me BigSchem or Big Scheme. It is Shem. I can tell you that right now.
Big scheme, I hate it.
Big scheme. I know. Like I try and rate someone new every once in a while. They're like, big scam, big scheme. Thank you so much. I'm like, it's not right. There's no E at the end of it. But anyways, I digress. BigSchem. I'm an experienced life coach. I love helping others. I don't have a degree or anything related to that, but I have taken a lot of psychology classes in college. I still continue to study psychology and things like that. It's always been a main focus of mine. I love understanding what makes people think the way they do, work the way they do. So it's always been an interest, and that's spilled into some life coaching, helping others get through some situations, or even just bettering themselves, taking them where they are and helping them get to the next level of where they want to go. And my professional side of life, I'm a media marketing and network specialist. My current job title is Senior Training and Development Specialist in Social Media. And so I work for a global company, and I'm in charge of creating all of our social media training for all of our salespeople around the world, which has been a lot of fun to work on. And on the Twitch side of things, I'm a variety and retro gamer and podcaster. I'm a little bit of everything. You never really know what I'm going to stream until after I hit live, because that's usually when I figure out what I'm going to be streaming. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. So with the variety, we've done Dark Souls, we do Streets of Rage, we play Stream Raiders, we do marbles on stream. We do Robot Roller Derby, Disco Dodgeball, Secret Neighbor. We do retro games, relive in the good old days. There's podcasting. And starting next month, I'm adding another segment to that because, what's a little bit more. I'm going to start implementing a game show. This is actually the first time I've talked about it in public where people could, where people hear about it. So, I found a way. To make it work where I can essentially have a game show through here. So keep on the lookout for that. I'm still working through details, but that's gonna be I'm so excited for that. And then I'm also the founder of the Streamers Grow Together team. That's another work in progress where just trying to build a collective community of streamers to help each other grow. So that's me.
Oh my God, Shem, I have to point out something. You know how you said your mom was in your chat?
Yes.
My mom is now in my chat.
Oh,
so we really gotta do good.
Hello. I know my mom just said he's AD squirrel. Yes, I suffer. So I tell people I suffer from ADSD, attention deficit squirrel disorder.
Oh my Lanta. If I had a client say that to me, I would laugh so hard.
This is why I'm not a client of yours.
No, I would not survive. I would not. Oh my goodness. All right, so now that they know who we are, so what we're going to be focusing on today, guys, is we're going to be talking about Dr. Carroll's growth mindset, but we're also going to be talking about something called positive psychology. When it comes to clinical counseling, a lot of therapists come from like different schools of thought. There's stuff like cognitive behavioral therapy, which is what's really in right now. It's basically how your thoughts, your cognitions shape your behaviors and your worldview. So positive psychology is one of those different schools of thought. To boil it down, it is a branch of psychology that focuses on your own individual, not other people's, but your own individual strengths and abilities. The main goal being that you can move from just surviving in your day-to-day life to actually thriving in your environment. It's a very lovely school of thought. And it has these tenets to it. The ones in pink, if you want to read any of them, Shem, it's really fascinating. These are like the core thoughts of the movement.
Yes, the movement of positive psychology.
Yes.
So I'll read through half of them here. So,
yeah.
One big one is those who are satisfied with life will have more reason to be positive. So these are the people that they find the positives in the small things. Mm-hmm. They don't just focus on the big wins, like a big career move or being able to buy a new house or a new car, that kind of thing. They take pleasure in the small things. Let's see, what's another? I don't want to get too into it. Others matter in regards to a life worth living. Mm-hmm. Again, this is where having a network of family and friends and connections. I mean, and I'm not saying you don't have to have, hundreds or thousands of friends or anything like that. No. I mean, and social media is a prime example of that. I have thousands of followers. How many are like actual friends of yours?
Oh, that can be so toxic too. That thought process.
Exactly. Like, how many could you actually call on for help if needed, or would call on you for help and that you would actually go to help if needed? But putting other people first, but in saying that, also looking out for themselves, but in a way that's beneficial for everyone. So they're not sacrificing their own needs or their health or anything to help other people, but they're also making sure that they're not at people's beck and call 24/7, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So, do you want to cover the other half, Psyche?
Yeah, sure. Something I really like about positive psychology is at the core of it, it says that most people are happy. I feel like a lot of stuff in the kind of zeitgeist of the world right now is that kind of, because I'm a millennial, so a lot of our jokes revolve around wanting to die. And like Gen Z as well, there are a lot of memes and a lot of jokes about anxiety and depression. But positive psychology says that all people have the ability to be happy. And most people...
Oh, absolutely.
Most people do find joy occasionally in their day-to-day life. Another thing that I feel is very relevant, especially right now in 2020, is that crisis reveals character.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
So true.
you learn so much about people when it's kind of like the traditional fight versus flight response.
It really is. It really is. I mean, you get backed into a corner and people's true colors start showing.
Yes, they really do. And something I found really fascinating, because on the news, you see the absolute worst stuff. You see heartbreaking things, and you think the world is falling apart. But what I've seen out of 2020 from like the mental health side of things, communities rising up and protecting each other, communities helping each other. Like, you don't see in those apocalypse movies them having a separate hour at Walmart for seniors to shop. You don't see a lot of the beauty that is going on right now. Teachers going the extra mile in Zoom classes, reading their students books for them to fall asleep to. I mean, there's a lot of character that is revealed through crisis, and there is a beauty to it.
It's been amazing to see how above and beyond people are going for other people. Like even small acts of kindness where someone's having a birthday, and because they can't go out and have a birthday party, you get friends and family and neighbors having these drive-by parades, and it's a big hullabaloo, and everyone's honking and just yelling and all that stuff, and just having just a genuine good time about it, all for someone's birthday. It's something small, but it means a lot to that person because of the of what's going on in the world. Yeah,
just in our community, we've had some birthday parties in Animal Crossing. We've had some stuff in Minecraft for people. And that's people we don't even see face to face. Like, people have been so creative and genuine with keeping that connection. So when you hear crisis reveals character, you may think, that doesn't sound very positive, but it is.
Well, it depends on your perspective of it.
Yeah, definitely.
And how you're going to view it. So yeah, I mean, for some people, it unfortunately brings out the worst in them because they're all like, you have to see things my way, or either you're for us or you're against us kind of thing, which I think is not a good way of looking at things. The world
is not, oh god, that could be a whole other podcast about finding like conflict resolution. Not just instantly you're either for it or against it. Ooh, that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other thing, but that's a lot of what you see, especially on social media, is this is my stance, this is my opinion on it, and if you don't agree with me, then you are against me, just flat out. And then you have the other people who are like, hey, this is going on, I don't really agree with it, but I understand it. Like, you guys do your thing, and I'm just gonna step to the side and just let that happen, kind of thing. Yeah. But it's just I don't like seeing society in a way where you have to pick a side. There's no middle ground or anything like that.
I think that the only side we should be ever forced to pick is if we are going to help others or not. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, you don't want to harm others, and you want to be like, you don't want to cause a bad impact on another person. Like, at the end of the day, we may have different opinions, but that doesn't change the fact that there are people in our lives who we care about. That doesn't change the fact that we want the best for our families. And that is the common ground I think everyone should focus on. But anyway, that's a whole other podcast. Moving on.
Yep, whole nother topic. But I mean, that leads us to our last one, though, is that most people are resilient.
Yes, I love this one. Most people are freaking resilient. You guys underestimate yourself so much. It's crazy because, of course, when you look ahead of you and you see all the stuff you have to climb and you have to do, it can be overwhelming. But I feel like people forget how far they've already come. They forget to look back and see how far they've traveled and what they've already overcome in their lives. Y'all are freaking so resilient.
And for those who need a refresher on it, resilient means the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. And so, yeah, it's I know this is something I've said before on our podcast, but I love saying it just because it's always a nice little reminder of our abilities as humans, is that we overestimate what we can get done in a day, but we underestimate what we can accomplish in a year.
God, in a year. I remember when I first started streaming, it was so scary. It was so scary. And I had 2 viewers, and and at our 1 year anniversary, we had I think it was over 1,000. Now we're coming up on 2. But for a straight year, I streamed. I told myself, even if no one shows up, I'm going to do this for me and we'll see what happens. And I've met so many wonderful people through it. And if I had just stopped, it's a sad thought because I've met so many amazing people.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been streaming for over 2 years now, and the connections that I've made from it some of you guys are better friends than the friends I have in real life.
I know, right? They send me Christmas cards. I got freaking snacks from these people.
Exactly. Well, and even thinking going to TwitchCon and meeting up with people that I've connected with before. I mean, just the way people's faces just light up, and you have a big embrace and stuff. It's like it's like we were long lost friends who got to see each other for the first time in a long time, kind of thing. It's just the camaraderie there is really cool. But again, we overestimate what we can accomplish in a day. We underestimate what we can accomplish in a year because we're so focused on what we can get done right away. We don't always think of we don't focus on the process. We focus on the goal of, I want to get this done, I want to get that done, I want to get this list done, kind of thing. But we don't focus on the process that gets us to completing that goal. So if that goal is big, you're probably not going to be able to accomplish it within a day. But you can spend a little bit of time each day, and then eventually you have this goal complete. That it reminds me of a story in an interview that Will Smith had, where he talked about kind of being a perfectionist, but focusing more on the process than the end goal. Where the story he shared was his dad had told him and his brother to essentially build a wall. He was helping them repair a brick wall in their backyard or something like that. And of course the boys are thinking oh my gosh, it's this huge task. There's no way we're going to get it done anytime soon or anything. So then his dad told him, focus on laying one brick as perfectly as possible. And then once you get that done, do the same thing with the next brick and make sure you prepare that and place it as perfectly as possible. You keep doing that over time, and eventually you have a wall. And guess what? It's perfectly laid out. Focusing on the process rather than the goal.
Excuse me while I steal that to tell all my clients.
Seriously,
me just
go
1
for it.
second. That is a
Go for it.
really good way of putting it. Focusing on the process. And I feel like that's a more effective way for people to not get overwhelmed. Something my mom always told me, she's mentioning it in chat. She would, in her very southern drawl, darling, how do you eat an elephant? And I'd be like, how do you eat an elephant, Mom? And she would say,
one bite at a time.
One bite at a time. So, yeah, that's it. So it's so true though. You gotta focus on bit by bit and not. Also, don't be so hard on yourselves. Seriously, There may be some days where that brick isn't as perfect as you want it to be, but you did it. You know?
And that's okay. Like, the attempt was still there. So, like, I mean, another example, take weight loss, a very common goal that people have.
Yeah.
I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. And after a week or two, they don't see results, they get discouraged, and they stop trying, or they stop trying as hard. But if you focus on, I'm gonna cut out one snack a day and replace that with a fruit or a vegetable, over time, that little bit of, caloric
deficit.
There we go, deficit. I'm like, it starts with a D. I can't remember.
I got you.
Thank you. But yeah, that caloric deficit, just from changing from a snack to a fruit, like a sugary, carb-loaded snack to a fruit, over time, you start shedding off that weight. Granted, it takes time. You're not going to see results as fast as you want, but eventually it happens. Again, trusting in that process.
Exactly. So positive psychology is all about that. At the end of the podcast, I actually have 2 exercises I'm going to run y'all through.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Scrubs just said, Shem, why are you saying this as I'm eating a cheeseburger?
We calling you out, girl.
If your goal isn't to lose weight, don't worry about it. You're fine.
Oh, God. But anyway, at the end, I will run you guys through 2 free from a therapist. You're welcome. I'm kidding. Exercises for you guys that come from this branch of thinking, that come from the theory of positive psychology. And if you guys have any therapists that you see currently, don't ever be afraid to mention stuff like this in sessions. Like, hey, I saw on the news, or I saw on, the internet, someone talking about this kind of psychology. Do you have anything you pull from it? Our eyes will light up and we'll just start babbling about this stuff. So, all right, Shem, you ready? You ready for the growth mindset?
Yes. Oh, I've been waiting to talk about this.
This is gonna be your baby. This is my positive psychology is my thing, but this thing, this is yours.
Growth mindset is amazing. So first, I'm gonna put in my chat, and Psyche, I'm gonna hop over to yours and share it in yours.
Oh, the video? Yes, please.
Real quick. Yep.
For them to watch on their own time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Not right now, please.
Yeah, and that's gonna be at the end. Also, I have a link to it as well. But y'all, once you're done with this podcast, please go watch this video.
So
Dr. Carol's amazing.
She is absolutely amazing. And and the guy who interviews her, I won't name drop in that stuff right now, but the show that she is on, where that video stems from, is absolutely great for the positive psychology and growth mindset and growing yourself as a person, or leveling yourself up as a person. So I would highly recommend subscribing to that YouTube channel, because you get a lot of different perspectives from a lot of very impactful people who come from very different walks of life and very different experiences. Some people you'll recognize there, some people you won't. But the stuff on there is pretty powerful. But this one has always stuck out to me. Dr. Carol Dweck's interviewed absolutely stuck out with me. One, because I had no idea who she was before I watched this video. And then she talks about the growth mindset, and that's constantly putting yourself that's putting yourself in a perspective that encourages growth rather than tearing yourself down. So it's taking any situation that you're in and literally finding the silver lining to it, no matter what happens. Because no matter how bad something looks like, or how bad something affects you or something like that, hindsight's 20/20. You can always look at something and go, you can pull some positives from that. Even a relationship that didn't go well. There's always some growth that happens from that. And that's what you want to focus on, is the growth side of things rather than what's tearing you down here. And so there's a difference that Dr. Dweck talks about, which is a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, where a fixed mindset assumes that our character and our intelligence and our creative ability are static givens, which can't change in a meaningful way. Success is most important as it measures our worth, and failure is to be avoided. What I want to highlight on that is that so first I want to call out the first part of it, that the character intelligence and our creative ability are static, meaning they peak. Once they hit a certain level, we can't go beyond that, which is total BS. Us
No,
as
that's
adults,
so true. That's so true. And that's so limiting.
it is incredibly limiting. That is literally putting yourself in a box, and where you can't push yourself out of it. And so, but it's also a very natural, it's unfortunately a natural way for people to think, because that's society as a whole has a fixed mindset. If you're a creative person, well, obviously graphic design and video work and, you know, like artistic stuff like that, that's your thing. That's what we expect you to do. If you're very athletically gifted, and you've really, well, not even gifted, if you've really worked at being physically fit and stuff, okay, you're an athlete. That is, like, that's the moniker, that's the bucket we're going to put you in, and that's all you're good for. That's a fixed mindset. Compare that to the other side, where it's a growth mindset. You thrive on challenge, and failure isn't a sign of stupidity. It's a springboard for personal growth. It creates a passion for learning over a desire for approval. So where we get stuck doing things because we want people's approval for it. Even take streaming. You know, for a lot of streamers, their sense of approval is hitting affiliate, hitting the requirements just to apply for partner, making partner, getting that checkpoint. Those are all points of approval. You haven't really accomplished much. You haven't accomplished a whole lot personally, just going off of those. But what you're looking for, and what I see a lot of people post out on Twitter, like, hey, I got affiliate, I got partner and stuff. It's great, but there's more you can do with that. And so, you know, that's why I'm always like, you know, that's great that you hit affiliate, but there's more to do. Which is, I mean, still, it's great that you hit affiliate, because that's a you know, that's a goal on your journey, but your journey isn't done yet. Same thing when you hit partner. I've seen a lot of people make it like, oh, my goal is to hit partner, and then I ask them, okay, but what are your plans beyond that? Like,
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, okay, so why is the goal to make partner then, if you don't know what you're going to do beyond that? So, I mean, take me as an example. I hit the path to partner accomplishment, or achievement. There we go. Achievement back in, I think, September of last year. I've applied a few times, got rejected each time. But now I'm just enjoying streaming. I'm working on my content, and I'm working on connecting with more people and things like that. I'm focusing more on what I can affect, because me making partner isn't going to impact me a whole lot. Will it open a few more doors for me? Sure. You know, a little extra, you know, sub revenue and stuff like that would be nice, you know, a few extra bucks, but that's not a goal for me. My goal in streaming is entertaining as well as impacting people. And that's why I do what I do. But along with streaming, we have our successes where we have a lot of, you know, we get a lot of bit donations, we get a lot of subs, we see, like, chat is just popping, people are connecting and conversing, it's awesome. But then we also have those other streams where it's like, we stream for 4 or 5 hours, and we maybe get like half the viewer count that we're used to, and the chat feels like crickets, and it can wear and tear on you a little bit. Like, what did I do wrong during that stream?
Well, and that's kind of going towards the fixed mindset of what did I do wrong, because, like it said, success is what measures you, instead of personal growth and personal learning, betterment of your own life. And
Yep.
a lot of streamers, like you said, get so caught up on these goals, like affiliate, partner, and then
Another
Yeah.
one is, I'm sponsored by such and such company. Use my thingy to get 10% discount. Those are everywhere.
Yeah, and they wonder why they hit a wall. They wonder why am I not enjoying this? Wait, I hit
Why
affiliate.
does this feel like work all of a sudden? This used to be fun. Why does it feel like work?
It's because you're stuck in that fixed mindset instead of growth. This is a quote by her that I love,
Yes,
by Dr. Carol. Why waste time proving over and over how great you are when you could just be getting better? Why hide deficiencies instead of overcoming them? Why look for friends or partners who will just shore up your self-esteem instead of ones who will also challenge you to grow? And see, it's so accurate, because it's easy to get lazy and say, oh, I guess I did this, so I guess I'm successful, and not be happy.
I wouldn't call that lazy. I would call it comfortable.
I like that. You know what? Yeah, it's more
People get
comfort. Yeah, comfortable.
Yep.
They get complacent.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Complacent. And it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate how limiting that can be to your own joy and potential.
But it's also easy too. It
Yeah,
doesn't take work to be comfortable. It takes work to grow and to focus on bettering those deficiencies. Not even just bettering them, but calling them out, saying, hey, I missed the mark on this, and this is what I'm going to do to get better at it. I still don't know if that's the right way to get better at it, but I'm still going to attempt this. I'm going to try, you know?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it can be so easy to get caught up in the, you know, like how Twitch has affiliate and partner and like sponsorships. Well, in real life, there's stuff like graduate, get a job, get married, have kids. And not everyone's going to live the same life that people say you're supposed to. And then they get depressed and they say, wait, why haven't I reached this goal? Why am I not like the others? When in reality, you should be focusing on what's good for you. Ah!
Yep. I know it is so, and I'm guilty of this too. It is so easy to compare yourself to someone else who you feel is better than you or has a better life than you. It is so easy to think of someone and think they have it so great. How come I'm not there?
And like, I remember when I was an academic advisor, I would have, I wasn't a very good one for the university because I would sometimes, like, we'd have freshmen or potential freshmen come in and I'd do career counseling with them. And some of them, I told them straight up, you would excel at trade school. You, with the knowledge you have and the abilities to think the way you do, you could flourish. You don't have to do the standard bachelor's. You could find other avenues that could really excel and work for you in your own life path. Which, you know, university wants you to tell people to go to university. So,
I mean, from a job standpoint, yes, but at the same time, though, I mean, that's what people need, though. They need advisors and counselors who are looking out for that person's needs rather than the school's needs. Sure, the school wants to keep as many students in there because tuition brings in revenue and stuff, but that's where the education system I think that's where the education system could really improve, where they're focused more on bettering the people that they come into contact with rather than bringing in as many people as possible so that the university or the school can benefit.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they really beat themselves up. And it may sound weird coming from someone who did so much higher education herself, but I want you guys to know that there is no less respect if you go a different path in life. Ultimately, it is up to you. Like, there are some people, like women, when they, get to their late 20s or early 30s and they wonder, why have I not had a child yet? They may think less of themselves if they can't have children because that has always been expected. That has always been, this is successful. Yeah, go for it.
Can I say something that's always bugged me?
Do it.
Is when I hear a conversation where someone is, where someone is talking to a female, usually in like their mid to late 20s, something like that, and they say like they don't want kids, and the other person says, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that." Like,
oh my God!
Why do you have this expectation that they should have kids?
And like it goes to the fixed mindset. You can't see, but I'm like waving my hands. The fixed mindset of this is the life path. What's wrong with you? What are you doing?
Yep.
They're living their life. How dare you? And those people who followed the graduate, get a job, get married, have kids, they can be miserable too. Just because they've met the expected path of their culture doesn't mean they personally have happiness or joy.
It doesn't guarantee success nor happiness.
And yeah, exactly. And also, you may actually go through that cycle of, graduate, job, marriage, kids, yada, yada. But you may do it at different times in your life. When I was in grad school, I was actually one of the youngest because there were people in their 50s in my master's program who just later on in life decided they wanted to be a counselor. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Ultimately, what matters is that you did what you wanted to. It doesn't matter what time you did it. Your own personal timeline is what's important.
I think and I totally agree. As long as you are working on you, because that's what you feel is best for you, not because other people are saying you should do this, you can still take that advice and then really think to yourself, is this a path I want to go down? Do I think this is going to be beneficial for me? But do it because you think it's what's best for you.
Yeah,
100%. And then the other point I want to make is, don't be afraid to try and fail. Failure does not make you a failure. Stop it. When you stop trying, that I think that's where that cutoff is. Trying something and not succeeding at something does not make you a failure. Stopping doing that, more or less, I still want to call people a failure.
No, I feel like I understand what you're saying. Let me try and clarify a bit. It's more like it is more courageous to try even though you are afraid.
Yes.
And it is disparaging if you never know if you could have made it because you never tried.
Right. It's kind of like that quote. I've seen a quote float around where I'd rather look back and think, oh well, rather than what if.
I like that. I like that a lot. And I, like we talked about earlier with Twitch, I thought I had a certain life path. I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and I'll do this and I'll be a therapist and that's it. And then I had a friend join Twitch and he knew I was good at confrontation, so he asked me to be a mod. And I had so much fun doing it. One day, one of their members said, hey, you should try streaming. And if I hadn't have gotten a little brave, because I was just a married therapist, I was like, who's gonna watch this? But I decided, you know what? I'll try it. I'll see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's fine. And the last charity stream we did, we raised $1,500 for direct relief. Yeah. Direct relief providing PPE and materials to hospitals that are battling the pandemic. And that's something that wouldn't have happened in the timeline of, oh, I guess I'll just stay a therapist forever.
Right.
And even then,
that wouldn't have happened had you not started streaming.
Exactly. And I wouldn't have met so many wonderful people, or have had, because a lot of members in our community, they're struggling with mental health issues too, and I would have never been able to connect and meet with them because they're in different countries,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I want to call out a couple of comments I have here.
Oh, go for it.
So Jazz Mom had said, quitting is the only real failure. It lasts forever. But Zippy also makes a good point here that some things are worth quitting if you know it will not work, and sometimes when money is involved. So I agree on both accounts. Quitting is the only real failure, but there is times where you need to cut your losses. You're trying something and it's not working, or you find out you tried something and it's just not what you thought. And it's okay to quit. I'm not saying that you shouldn't quit. You should power through this and stuff if you don't really want to. know when to try, and also when to cut your losses and be like, this isn't working, I need to pivot, or just try something else, or just stop and focus on something else. But
I agree.
yeah, but I mean, that's why I love that first sentence of the growth mindset, that you thrive on challenge and failure isn't a sign of stupidity. Because I'm full of stories today. It reminds me of another story. It's like, are you familiar with the brand name Spanx?
Yes. Why are you gonna talk about Spanx, Shem?
I am not gonna talk about Spanx. I'm gonna talk about the founder and CEO of Spanx.
Okay. I mean, whatever you do in your He-Man costume is none of my business. It's your own growth mindset. Go on.
So the CEO of Spanx, I can't remember her name. It's Sarah something. Hang on, let me look it up real quick. What is her name? Sarah Blakely. There we go. So yeah, the CEO of Spanx, I remember this was in another interview. As you can tell, I love watching interviews. She said in an interview once, what really formed her entrepreneurial spirit, which is kind of like a spirit, is that during her childhood, her dad at the dinner table each day would ask her and her siblings, what did you fail at today? Not so much there was still like the regular banter, like how was your day, that kind of thing, but not so much what did you succeed at today, but what did you fail at today? What did you attempt? And what did you at least attempt at doing? What did you learn today? And learning isn't just, well, what did you talk about in school? What topics were covered? And that kind of thing. But what was something outside of your comfort zone that you attempted to do that is ultimately going to end up bettering yourself? And so she said over time, that really set in her mind that it's okay to keep trying stuff. And even if they don't work, there's always different ways I could try things. Maybe I learned that this isn't for me and I can focus on something else. But that's ultimately what led her to be the businesswoman that she is now, and also how she came up with the whole idea for Spanx, which was she had pantyhose on, and I forget what prompted it, but she cut off the foot ends of the pantyhose, and but because they cut it off and they're elastic, they kind of shriveled up and stuff. So that's where she developed the ones where they don't shrivel up, and then Spanx took off, like gangbusters. But seriously though,
it did, and I really love that story because it really causes your children to think. It makes them be like, oh, where did I have the courage in my day to try something and it didn't work out? And it normalizes failure, which sounds terrifying for a parent, I bet, because you don't want to normalize failure for your kid. But at the same time, you don't want them to fear it, because fear of failure stops progress.
Yep, so much. So yeah, it really solidifies and really cements that it gets you out of that fear of failure, but it also gets you out of that fear of trying new things. It gets us, again, it's very easy for us to get in a comfortable state and stay there because it's comfortable, but not having that fear of, I'm going to try this and I'm not going to worry about how this ends up. I'm not going to worry about what could go wrong about this. I'm just going to try this and see what happens. It could go right and it would be great. It could go wrong and blow up, but then now I know. Either way, you're still going to grow because of that, because one way or another, you're going to gain knowledge from that. Either it worked or it didn't work. You're still gaining knowledge either way.
Oh, that is so good. Who knew our discussion of Spanx would go this way, Shem?
I mean, I had an idea. I don't know if you did.
I had no idea, but I'm glad we went with it. Are you ready to go through some exercises?
Yes. Oh, I'm anxious to see what this is gonna look like.
Okay, so something I would do, and I love this graphic because it reminds me of what I used to do when I worked at the Career for Student Success at my university. I would lead support groups. I'd be the person in charge of them. Why they gave me like 10 impressionable future minds to mold, I do not know, but I think they're still doing okay.
You think?
I think they're still doing good, you know? They added me on Facebook. They seem happy.
Oh my gosh.
So these are two techniques we take from positive psychology. Whenever you go to a meeting with your therapist or your social worker or your psychologist, they pull techniques and like homework from different theories. So these are two of them. These are the vision board. The vision board is kind of in popular psychology right now. I don't know if you've heard of a vision board.
I've heard of one, but I've never done one.
Oh, you gonna do it today though? Well, to the best of our ability. Right. Second is sensory awareness. Okay. Vision board is probably something you guys are gonna have to do on your own after the stream, but it is an absolutely amazing tool. I had some fellow therapists and coworkers that actually had their own vision boards that they would see every day, and kind of just, reaffirm what they were working towards. But, okay, so here's how this goes. This is how the vision board technique goes.
Yep.
Think of as many potential self-care activities as possible, okay? Activities you would enjoy completing and that fit in with your own personal lifestyle and your own values. For each activity you write down, find some inspiring and positive images and brainstorm words and phrases that correspond with those activities. So that's a huge wall of text. Let's break it down. Think of some activities that you would like to complete in your life. One for me being, I would like I would like us to move by November, okay? For a new job opportunity. So on my vision board, there would be the goal of moving. So on the vision board,
Is that moving like buying a house moving or just
no. A new city.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Come to Michigan.
Man, I thought of it. But what we do is we have like houses on Zillow, or like organizational things, or like it's kind of like Pinterest stuff, for how I can think of how that new house will look. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what would you say is something you want to work towards?
For me?
Yeah. What would your vision board look like?
There's so many things.
I know, right? I know.
What do I pick? I mean, right.
That streamer overachiever mentality.
I mean, that's the blessing and the curse of my mind, is that I always have like 8 or 10 ideas that I'm like, ooh, this would be cool to work on. That would be cool to work on. Like, just a quick example. Like a couple of days ago, I had this flash idea that, ooh, flipping houses would be kind of cool.
Ooh.
But then I did some research into the process of that, and I'm like, not yet. Maybe, but not yet. My vision board. Gosh, like what would I want to focus on? I mean, well, right now, work is a big focus of mine professionally, anyways. Just because I'm working on such a big project of I'm literally creating a social media curriculum to train people who have little to no social media experience, and bring them up to speed where they can grow their brand and grow their following to the point that they're cultivating an online community, but also selling products eventually.
Well, you could do that. So it would be that goal of the curriculum, right?
Yes.
Some ideas maybe for that would be, so on that vision board, you could have like pictures of meetings or social media stuff or phrases relating to it. It's different from goal working because you don't have to lay it out step by step. It's just a vision board, something to
Right.
reaffirm what you're working towards.
Yep. I mean, and a personal goal, and because we've already talked about it, is to lose some weight. I've definitely gained my COVID-19 pounds, more or less.
Ha, you took mine. I lost some.
Nice, way to go!
Yeah,
Seriously.
thank you.
So it's I'm slowly working on getting myself in the habit of eating healthier. Eating more fruit and more veggies and stuff, and not snacking out as much. But also being more active too. So working out a bit more, going for walks, that kind of thing.
So you could have like pictures of what kind of exercises you would want to do, what healthy foods you enjoy. That could be like what your vision board looks like. And because when I first tried to do the vision board, I get very caught up in planning. I get very caught up in my own head.
It's so easy to do that.
It's so
you
easy.
can plan for days.
And I'm what's called a contingency planner. I plan for the best and the worst. I plan for like every single path. So when I first heard of this, I was like, oh, I need to do bullet points and how to. No, it's a vision board. Images that remind you and reaffirm you. Yeah. So it's not that difficult at all. It's just you got to get out of your own head first.
That's the hardest part, but that's also why the vision board is really necessary, and that's why it helps having someone kind of lead you through that process of the vision board to help guide that thought process of what you should really be focusing on. Because again, it's really easy to plan yourself into oblivion.
It is so easy. And something I love about vision boards as well is it kind of reconnects you with that elementary school self. The like getting a poster board and like cutting out things and like gluing it on.
Craft going on.
I mean, there is some simple joy to kind of getting back to your roots. Now, please don't do macaroni artwork. I don't need your wife saying, "Oh my God, Psyche, he's lost it. He's."
Note to self: send
Please
Psyche macaroni artwork.
That poor woman already had to play Overcooked with you because of me. Don't.
She likes that game. As crazy as it gets,
I
she
do
likes
too.
it.
It's so much fun.
Which I'm sorry. Quick side note. Your husband and my wife, all four of us need to play this.
We do. We need to make them suffer.
Yep.
So the next one is sensory awareness. Okay. Once again, we're gonna get into a bit of the arts and crafts. Not so much art, but you're gonna write stuff down. If you guys want to do this after stream, create 5 columns on a piece of paper. Just like draw lines down it. Label each one at the top with one of like the 5 senses, being touch, taste, smell, sight, and sound. Okay. Write down, think about for like at least 10 minutes. This says 15 to 20, but we're busy people. In each category, write down the experiences that give them pleasure. Okay, so things you enjoy related to each of your senses. Okay, so say smell. Okay, for me, I would put stuff like the smell of coffee, smell of flowers, what it smells like after it rains, stuff like that. Things that bring you calmness, pleasure, joy. Okay. Sound for a parent, maybe the sound of their kids' laughter, For me, it's my cats because we don't have kids yet. But anyway.
I'm laughing because Jasmine put in the chat, smell bacon.
Oh, heck yeah. You're already doing great at this. Heck yeah. You should be a therapist. But, I'm going to do that right now, actually. I'm going to think of, let's see. What about you, Shem? Can you think of some answers to this one?
Let's see. Okay, so, all right. So, actually, I got a Post-it note. I'll do it right now. So, all right, 5 columns on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I'm getting paper too. Hold on.
Those are not even columns, not even close. Let's see. All right, so
don't you start judging your columns. Don't already start.
I'm just judging the width of the columns. That's all.
You can't be a perfectionist about a therapy exercise, Shem.
Watch me.
No. This is why you're not my client. Oh, Malanta.
Okay. All right. So, write down experiences that give them pleasure through each of their senses. Okay.
Yeah. That's touch.
Smell is absolutely. I'm taking that one,
Taste.
Jazz Mom. Bacon, absolutely.
We're gonna have a lot of bacons.
Oh yes.
I'm doing it too. I'm writing. You little toots better be doing this at home, I swear.
She says in that slight southern drawl.
Oh,
That's
God.
how you know she's serious.
Oh no, I can't escape Georgia.
New baby smell when someone talks about babies. Oh, I know what you're talking about, Mina. I know exactly what you're talking about. Did you do rows? No, I did columns. It's just they're not.
Are they judging you?
Some are fatter and some are skinnier than others. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
You can kind of use bacon in every category.
The
Holy
touch.
crap, you
of
really
bacon.
can.
Yeah, the taste, the smell, the sight, the sound. If y'all only write bacon for everything, I will find
yes.
you. Don't freaking. I swear. I'm writing bacon under taste, because heck y'all.
Let's see.
Ooh. I'm gonna put what kind of music I like under sound.
Yes.
Aw, and for sound, I'm gonna put my partner's laughter, so I get good girl points.
Oh, I put kids.
Too
I put my
late.
kid. I put my kids' laughter.
Oh, see, that's good. That's good.
I mean, it's and under sight. I put wife, kids.
There you go. There you go. I'm just putting 2 to 3 for each one.
Smell. Let's see.
But you guys can go way more in depth. It's actually cooler the more things you add. But we don't have like a crap ton of time, so.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing just a couple for each.
Yeah. There we go. I think I'm good. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Sure, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. So under sound, I had my kids' laughter,
No.
and oh yeah, I mean that will always light me up. And then also music, I put techno.
Ooh.
Techno for me is like a different kinds of techno, but it's very calming for me. Helps me focus.
Yeah.
Sight, my wife and my kids.
No.
Smell, bacon. And also the smell of clean laundry. I have my wife to thank for that.
Oh, that's a good one.
She always points that out. Like, she loves the smell of clean laundry. Like whenever we get scented candles, she doesn't want the fruity stuff. She wants, give me the smell of fresh, clean laundry. I'm like,
Oh, well, there are
Right.
candles with that scent.
oh yeah, I know. Those are the kind I get her now. Taste, chocolate, and
Ooh.
also one of my favorite dishes that I make that is super simple, lemon chicken.
Oh, yes. Lemon pepper chicken is so good.
So it's so good and it's so easy to make. For touch, I put head and back massages.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is just, yeah. And also for touch, I put kissing my wife.
Aww. You're gonna show her the VOD, be like, hey, look, see?
Exactly. See what I said about you?
I said nice things.
I said nice things. So you come on here and be like, ooh, you can't wash dishes. Blah, 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 blah. So,
This isn't marriage counseling, Shem. I can't do it. No, you can't pay me enough. Okay.
all right, what did you write down?
So I also had my partner's laughter and lo-fi music because I love lo-fi a bit too much.
There's nothing wrong with that.
For sight, I put like a candle because I like the ambiance they give, and I put a sunrise. And for smell, I put coffee and lilacs For taste, I had to put bacon because y'all put it in my mind. So,
Bacon.
heck y'all. I also put toothpaste. I know it's weird, but like, there's something nice and fresh after you brush your teeth at night.
The teeth whitener name is trying to make a little more sense.
No. But like, there's something nice about it. Like, before you go to bed, just, like self-care. For touch, I put like grass on a summer day, like really soft grass. And also a fuzzy blanket we have that's really soft.
That actually reminds me, for a smell, fresh cut grass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
With a gas lawnmower.
Oh,
not the electric one.
No. Heck that. The gas lawnmower. No, you're right.
Yep.
And
I'm actually writing that down so I don't forget.
Another one for sight, I would put like in the summer when there are like fireflies out at night. Oh, yeah. So calming.
Actually, you know what? For sight, I'm also putting in their bonfire.
Oh, that's a good one. See,
there's something very therapeutic about just watching the flames do their thing.
Yeah, that's why I put candle. So after this, let me go ahead.
Arvidos for smell put books.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I used to work for a publisher, and yeah, I didn't know new book smell was a thing.
It is so a thing.
Like the adhesive that they use to combine all the pages and stuff together. But then I'm like, okay, that smell isn't my thing, but I now understand the whole new book smell thing. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've all done this little short exercise, here are some reflecting questions your therapist would ask you, okay? In like a one-on-one setting. Were you surprised by anything you thought to add to your list? I can go first.
Sure.
I was surprised that I added toothpaste. but it brings a very calming end to the day feeling,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely understand that. You're brushing your teeth, you have that flavor and that smell going on. So you have the taste, the smell, and a lot of sensory going on there. And it's the final stamp to the end of the day. Exactly. It's almost like a way of telling your body, let's start getting in a restful state now. Let's see. Did anything surprise me? Not really.
Okay.
I mean, it's more of a. What more surprised me were things I didn't think of right away. So, like, smell like fresh cut grass. Anytime my wife and I go on a walk and I smell it, I'm always like, "Oh, that smells so good."
Well, the next question that you would ask your client if you're a therapist doesn't really apply here because we don't have a ton of time. But it would usually be, was your list extremely long or was it short? And why do you think that is? That doesn't really apply because we just decided to do 2 to 3 because of the podcast. But when you guys do this on your own, really, really don't be afraid to evaluate that. So, next one is, which of these items on your list do you experience each day? For me, it's the coffee. I know, right? But then you wouldn't meet your vision board. Losing weight. But mine are the toothpaste, coffee, and candle, because I usually have a candle going in the living room and, brushing my teeth, and I have coffee in the mornings. So those are the ones I experience.
On a day-to-day, well, it would be a sight and sound, definitely, with the wife and kids and them laughing and listening to them talk. Those are, that always bring a smile to my face. Now, when they get ornery and stuff, not so much. And that goes for the wife and kids.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's right. Yes, my mom reminded me. Watermelon candle. I literally have 2 watermelon candles here next to my monitor.
God, watermelon is so good, though. So there would be a bunch of follow-up questions, but I'll just leave it at one more. And that would be, can you commit to experiencing at least one source of sensual pleasure from each of these senses every day? Is there one thing you can commit to? Now, the list would be longer. We only put 2 to 3, so it's going to be hard. But how many of them can you at least commit to bring that positivity to your day? I know I can do the candle, coffee, and toothpaste already. But maybe I should listen to more music I enjoy. Maybe I should revisit my passion for it. Maybe I should wake up and see the sunrise more often and be less lazy if I enjoy seeing it.
It's interesting because you think the more that you put in here, it almost makes you, it's almost like in a, I know it's called sensory awareness, but it makes you aware of a lot more things around you. Like we take so many things that happen to us, that happen to our senses at a split second for granted, that we rarely take time to fully appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, and it's so funny because it's something that can greatly impact or change our mood. So why don't we focus on it more? Why don't we create an environment where we can feel more positive and therefore thrive, you know?
Yep.
So I guess that brings us to the end of it with our references for today. As Shem mentioned, there is a YouTube video you guys have to watch. I swear. I know it's really long.
I'll put it in both of our chats one more time.
Oh, thank you. It comes from his company called Impact Theory, right?
Yes, Impact Theory by Tom Bilyeu is his name. If you've ever heard of Quest Nutrition, the health bars, he was one of the co-founders of that.
I did not know that. Yep. But also, we have resources from Psychology Today, positivepsychology.com, and another site I really personally enjoy. It's called Brain Pickings.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah, I really like them. Yeah.
I have to look into that.
Yeah, and there was Brain Pickings. When you know how you're on some websites and they put like an advertisement up that like pops up? What they do is they have little poems pop up. And
that's cool.
Yeah, while I was doing this, this is the poem that popped up, okay? It's called The Weighing, and it's by Jane Hirschfield. It's pretty short.
Okay.
So few grains of happiness measured against all the dark, and still the scales balance. The world asks of us only the strength we have, and we give it. Then it asks more, and we give it still. And I love that because positive psychology is all about resilience. It is all about the growth mindset. And I saw that poem and I was just like, oh.
I'm pulling up their site now just so I don't forget about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yep, I'm definitely gonna spend some time in that.
Oh, it is a wormhole, my friend. Have fun.
Yep. So you guys get lost in the Brain Pickings blog, get lost in the Impact Theory interview videos that they have there. Learn some great stuff. Keep yourself in a positive growth mindset. I'd say would be the overall takeaway from our chat today.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Shem.
Yes, Psyche, likewise. Thanks for another wonderful topic and discussion.
Oh, most definitely. Remember, next one is about sarcasm and name calling, so we better get to it.
Oh, that one's gonna be a fun one. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be all over the place.
We have to have Acorns as a special guest. Use him as a subject.
Yes. Oh, okay. He's gonna need actual therapy when we're done with him.
It's gonna be great.
It's like he's like, I need a new client anyway.
Yeah. All right, take care, Shem. As always, major pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your stream.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Bye. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to our little mental health podcast. I hope some of the stuff we said today really resonated with you. I hope you all take care. And we are going to go ahead and end stream early. I'm going to take a little mental health self-care, end a little bit early, make myself some coffee, relax, and actually make myself a vision board as well. Take care. See y'all later.